Ready to start? Okay, and we're on there. Okay, I'm going to call the meeting to order and request confirmation that the Kansas Open Meetings Act as required notice has been properly provided.
Yes, it has.
Thank you. And we'll do a roll call.
Okay, Chair Oakes.
Here.
Vice Chair Rickman.
Here.
Commissioner Nelson. I can see that she's on Zoom.
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, perfect. All right, Commissioner Kirkhart.
Yes.
Commissioner Finger.
Yes.
Commissioner Arnold.
Yes.
Commissioner Griffin. Commissioner Martin. Youth on Board, Wisby.
Here.
We'll go on through the agenda now. As far as new business, we do not have any new business this day.
Minutes. Approve the minutes of last time.
I'm sorry, I skipped. Has everyone had a chance to look at the previous minutes, and does anyone have any changes that they would like to make?
No.
I'll move we approve the minutes from last meeting.
Move.
I agree.
Is that a second?
In a second.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded that the minutes be approved. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign, and they have been approved. We do not have any new business today. Any public hearing things?
There are no official public hearing items on the agenda.
Okay. And we have new members today.
Yes, so if we would just take a moment, I'll introduce our staff just a second, and then we'll let each commissioner kind of say their name, how long they've been on, if they're departing, that kind of, just a brief introduction. Just because I think it's really hard to do elections when some of you are brand new to the room. I think it would at least be nice to have some introductions.
They're the ones who are going to be elected.
With that, I'm Michelle Martin. I'm the Community Relations Supervisor and the Board Liaison. And I have with me today Marissa Patton, and she is actually the second clerk. Lily Morales is here, but she's in training. She should officially be done and joining us. She's actually the board clerk. She and Marissa work with each other. They each clerk one board and back up the other one on the other board. So Lily is your board liaison, and she'll be joining us in a few minutes. Oh no, did you have anything to add, Marissa Patton? If you, and we'll do a little more introductions in the study session when we go through like the organization of the city and that kind of stuff too today for the study session.
Can we just start at the end? Margaret, do you want to start?
Okay.
Introduce yourself.
Introduce myself, Dr. Margaret Finger. I have a background in OT and massage therapy, and I've been on this board 3 years.
At least since I've been here, so
Yeah.
at least 3, going
Yeah.
closer to 3, 2
Yeah.
plus.
Yeah, and I was actually vice chair for a while, but I've really enjoyed, this might be a good time.
Yeah.
I've really enjoyed being on the board. We worked really hard on a survey to see what types of issues people with disabilities were having in the community, and we got some good responses. One was lack of sidewalks, one was people who are renting having difficulties with landlords with service animals. And what was really awesome, they took that information and tried to design some tools and some action plans. And I actually met with the city engineer about the sidewalk issue, because that's a big problem in my neighborhood. And he was able to show me a plan of how the city prioritized and how they realize it's an issue, and then they're working on it. And then a tool, a really nice tool was shared with us at one of the last meetings as far as educating people who are property owners as far as the rights of service animals versus guide dogs. Excellent, excellent tool. So I am leaving. It's been a pleasure being on this board. I've really enjoyed it. I think it's nice to be a part of something that you can actually see things happening and see progress. So I think it's a wonderful board, but this will be my last meeting. I'm moving out of state.
And we will miss you.
And Margaret, I still say that you are welcome to come and be part of the public inputs into these meetings, because you have some wonderful inputs.
Oh, thank you.
Nice to meet you briefly. I'm Mary Lee Arnold. My background is I was a nurse here in Salina at the hospital, mainly in addiction training and mental health. And I have been driving a handicapped car since 2000 and appreciate what the city has. And there are some other things they could have.
Okay.
So I'm brand new, first meeting.
Welcome.
Thank you.
I am April Rickman, and I think I've been on this board for 3 years now. Time goes so fast.
I know.
mean, I'm like,
But-
November, what? So I worked for a few agencies working with people with disabilities over the past 8 years, but now I work for Salina Downtown. I'm the events planner and executive assistant. So I kind of started this in one position, and I'm gonna stay on because I'm passionate about accessibility in our community. So, yeah.
And I'm Lisa Oakes. I'm a retired physical therapist with USD 305 and have been on the board, I think, 4 years.
Before you were on before I was. So.
I'm the long timer here. And I've been chairman the past 2 years and have enjoyed being on the board.
I'm Mackenzie Wisby. I'm the youth member. I go to Salina Central, and first day ever on the board. I look forward to being here longer and like getting to know what it's all about, but I'm new to everything, so I don't really know like procedures or all that, but I'm excited to learn about it.
My name is Brent Kirkhart. Been on the board just 1 year. My experience is I have MS. I've been diagnosed with it almost 27 years and been in this chair full-time 12 years. I was a coach, teacher at the time I even had MS and stuff, claims adjuster. But then after a while they decided I probably shouldn't be climbing roofs anymore and stuff. But I look forward to it, and just the input that I've heard so far this year and stuff. I'm excited about what's going on. Maybe hopefully help out with the community.
Thank you. And Commissioner Nelson, online, if you want to say a few words.
My name's Alexis Nelson. I am brand new to the board. I am a right below the knee amputee. I'm coming up on 2 years, November 12th this year. I'm looking forward to how I can make a difference in the community.
Well, thank you. Welcome.
The next item on the agenda is the election of officers, and we have 2 officers on the board, a chairman and a vice chairman. And so I'm going to open the floor for nominees for chairman. Pause. I nominate.
Pause. There was a period, and now.
And I nominate April Rickman to be chairman for the coming year.
I'll second that nomination.
All right, it's been moved and seconded that April be our chairman. All in favor, say aye. Aye. All opposed? I should have asked if there were any other nominees, but we can kind of go with that.
Anybody else?
Yeah. All right, and so we will now entertain nominations for vice chairman.
I would nominate Chairman Oakes to take the role of the vice chair.
And that would be okay.
I second.
It's been moved and seconded that I take the role of vice chair. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. And so we're going to change roles here, April.
We're gonna swap.
We're going to swap.
Okay, we'll do the official swearing in, I guess, and everyone, it is done.
Okay.
We don't have an official ceremony like that. So we're
What
gonna
are you
change
talking
baton
about?
right now, so we appreciate this. And we tried to tell you who is eligible or not. We really don't ask first-year individuals, and we know some people are leaving and that, so we kind of try to talk a little bit ahead of time so that people would know. And we appreciate your service, Chairman Oakes, and we appreciate what Chair Rickman will do going forward.
Want to carry on?
Carry on. I have to take over right now? That's how that works.
So, I think we're under item 3.3.
Yeah, 3.3.
The
Well,
review
you
of
get
the
to
goals.
talk. Any updates on the website?
Commissioner Kirkhart is the liaison for that, and I don't know that I will let him speak for
No,
that.
been looking through it and stuff, like I said the last time, I like what it is. I think it's easy to get along. I think if someone just types in the ADA and has a concern, they can put that concern in or see all the availability of all the stuff that's going on with that. And in fact, it even surprised me with some of the stuff. So I like what it's doing right now.
Okay, well, thank you. And it's kind of a work in progress. We just transferred over to this new, and I know Marissa's on that committee that's been working with it, so we've been giving her lots of input. And for those of you, Lily did join us. We had introductions a little bit earlier, but the rest of the new board members, I'd like you to meet Lillian Morales. She is actually your clerk for this board, the first clerk, and so she is able to finish her training and join us.
I'm glad to be here and nice seeing all of you. A lot of new faces.
Yeah, it's exciting. So that is it on that liaison report, I think.
Okay. The social networking, social media posts, I've seen some of them, and I tried to make a point when I saw them, like on 311 and stuff, to send them to you. I like the way they look.
Good.
They are eye-catching, and I think 311 right at the moment is a really good place for them to be.
And I actually
You know.
saw one, but I was driving, I saw one on TPEC's sign the other day.
Yeah.
I saw the one on TPEC, which I don't always, we're not always driving because we're working a lot. But I didn't take out my camera while I was driving.
Well, and like secretly, I work with, not secretly, but I work downtown and I live 2 blocks from downtown.
Uh-huh.
And so I could probably count on one hand the amount of times I've driven on Ohio in the last 6 months.
Yeah, yeah, very true, very true.
Just don't go that way.
Yeah. I pass through Ohio, like intersecting streets pass through it. I'm
Yeah.
going down it sometimes. But I did catch it the other day when I was driving, but the ad, I think. But
Yeah.
we'll think Marissa does a lot of our in-house design work for our ads, so we're very appreciative of that.
Yeah, it looks great. The next one is training materials. There's not a
We don't have an assigned person on that, and it's one that we struggled a little bit with. And Chair Oakes and I, or former Chair Oakes and I, discussed this a little bit and wanted to bring to the board's attention and ask. We've been working on and talking a little bit about doing a training session, not a full day fair housing seminar training like we do for our other commission, but some sort of training, finding a community partner, which we have some in mind, and doing some local trainings to let businesses know and let landlords know more about how they can be more accessible, and seeing if we can get something like that going as opposed to doing written materials. And so which would be training material, more training, scratch material. I think we originally were thinking about publishing materials and having a liaison to help get that. But if the commission were okay with it, we would like to scratch the word material and kind of work on that and see if there's any interest from any of the new board members in working on putting together some sort of a training session, similar to the fair housing seminar, but smaller, probably only half a day instead of a full day, so we wouldn't have to do a meal, and just seeing where we go with it from this year.
And just to share, the Fair Housing Seminar goes on in April.
Yes.
And it is, like Michelle said, it's a full day training. It's very good. I've been the past couple of years, and it is very worth going to hear the various speakers that come from all over.
Yeah.
for that presentation. So what we were talking about is having the accessibility training 6 months later, so like a year
From
from
now.
or October.
Yeah.
To be able to plan that and have that.
And I know we do have support from my boss on doing something of that nature. So we would, we were going to look for some community partners, and we still would like someone from the commission to maybe this commission, not the city commission, but this commission to be involved, this board to be involved with that. If we could have a liaison, it would not fall all on you. You would, whoever would do it would work with city staff, but just coming up with ideas and maybe making some phone calls here or there, or doing, when we go to organize it, being involved that day with the event and that kind of thing. Again, it's new. It's not something that's been done, but a way versus having paper pamphlets, but maybe being a little more interactive by having a session. And we think there are enough community individuals. We don't, with the Fair Housing Seminar, we get some out-of-town people and recruit a lot and have a lot of stuff, but we think there's enough information here in the community. We wouldn't have to engage those kind of speakers. We could locally pull a lot of individuals and do some education.
Don't everybody jump at once.
If not, the staff will continue to provide an update. If we would like confirmation about changing that from training material specific liaison goal to training.
Yeah, I think that's fine, changing it to
Okay.
a training. And maybe giving new members one meeting to adjust.
Absorb. We'll be looking, we'll keep asking for volunteers to step up and be the liaison, and for the new members, what that just entails is really working with staff and kind of being the point person and coming up with ideas and being the liaison to kind of help with that, and then making the report at the meeting, so it's not just me making all the reports. We like to have some involvement.
All right, transition plan and resource list.
And this is a good example. I've met with Michelle on the transition plan, learned a bit about the transition plan, and what it is a plan for the city entities and properties that are owned by the city and governed by the city to fit under ADA guidelines and what is needed. So currently, this is the transition plan is something that in the changes of personnel in recent years kind of got behind.
Yeah.
Is that fair to say?
Yeah, I would say what happened really is the original 1990 Act required a transition plan and required a self-evaluation, and they required some original dates for it. And then after that, they didn't require any updates. Now, the city had done some updates. It had been a little while. So we haven't done a report on it in a while. So we're trying to pick that back up now that we're all more comfortable in our roles, and I've had some ADA coursework behind me so that we can provide a competent going forward for it.
And some surveys have been sent out to department heads in the city of Salina government and to kind of see where they are in their transition and compliance with ADA. And so we're kind of waiting to get those back, and we'll see where we go from there.
Yeah, and what it was we took the last plan that they had, the last update, and followed up, like what's not been done, what has been done, what's the status of this, where are you, and kind of that accountability thing. And most of the items have been done, but there's a few in different departments. So now it's just following back up with all those individuals and giving them deadlines and kind of that accountability piece of it. And so we did have one meeting. We're meeting again November 27th, I think it's the 27th, the end of November. We'll meet again before this board meets next, so I think it's November 27th.
Is that something I should go to, or?
I'll visit with you a little bit more. I don't know if you need to just yet.
Okay.
But we can give you an update after that.
Yeah, in order to report back or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Resource list.
And I worked with Marissa a couple days on updating our resource list. We contacted all of the different resources to update their information, and that will be on the website. And she worked hard in getting it all in a format that can be on the website, so it's loaded.
Good deal. All right, next we have some friends here from Project Search to present for us. Thank you guys for being here.
Hi. So I'll introduce my team. I'm Artist Brian. I'm the instructor for Project Search, and I'm happy to say that we've been there for 13 years at Salina Regional. This has become a kind of a passion for me. I am a special education teacher with USD 305, and I got the opportunity to start Project Search. And it's just been a great partnership with Salina Regional and USD 305 and Central Kansas Cooperative in Education. And so I'll share a little bit more about that with our PowerPoint presentation. But I also want to introduce the rest of my team I brought with me today. So this is Tacita Slay, and she is one of our skills trainers with Project Search. And then I have Aubrienda Eckhoff. She is one of our interns this year, so in our current class. So they'll share a little bit here in what they do and their roles. So I am a special education teacher, and I've been teaching here at Salina since 2001. And I was given the opportunity to apply for and become the instructor for Project Search in 2010 and got to start the first class here in 2011. We are one of 6 sites that started in Kansas that year. Kansas now has 16 Project Search sites. There's there's almost 800 Project Search sites across the U.S. and internationally. So some of that is shared in my PowerPoint. But I want them to give you a little bit about their background and how they came to be part of our Project Search team. So Tessa, I'm going to have you go first.
Okay, and should I move
We have a
close?
mic. We have a mic
Oh,
for you.
okay.
He's coming.
Oh, well, thank you. I probably don't need this though, honestly. So I'm Tesla Slay, and I've been with Project Search for 7 years, but I was hired after my internship program, and so this is my 6 years as an employee. And so what we do is we train people, young people with disabilities, 18 to 21, through different departments in the hospital, like food service, MDC, environmental services. And what we do is we find out what each department needs what task they need the interns to do. And then we teach the intern how to do that task, and we stay with them until we feel they're comfortable enough to work on their own. And we provide that with, I think I broke it, and with like task lists and sometimes picture lists, because people have a hard time reading sometimes. And I lost my train of thought. We take pictures and videos throughout the year so we can make paper resumes and video resumes. And video resumes are basically showing what the intern does throughout the year, because some of them can't really verbalize what they do. So it's a good visual tool for when they're applying for jobs. And we also help prepare for interviews, and we focus a lot on social and hygiene etiquette. So I think that covers it.
Do you have any questions for Tacita?
No?
All right. So we'll hand the, okay.
Okay.
So Aubrienda.
It's like, just
Okay.
don't touch it.
Here, I'm going to have you step behind. There you go. Good. All right, you can come up
Does
here.
she
too.
need this one?
No, here.
Okay.
Take that.
Okay, take that.
My name's Aubrienda Eckhoff. I got the opportunity to participate in Project Search this year. I'm originally from Hutchinson, I moved here to Salina in May. I was first going to the Kansas State School for the Blind before moving up here and participating in Project Search up here in Salina at Salina Regional.
Tell them about the School for the Blind program that you did.
The School for the Blind program, I participated in the transition program. So basically, I would learn, independent skills like cooking and cleaning and different things like that. But I also participated in their project search to expand my options and learn other job skills. But theirs was at the North Kansas City YMCA. So this is a whole different environment from what I've done.
So tell them what you do at Salina Regional.
So at Salina Regional, for my first rotation, right now I am in invasive cardiology cath lab. So some of the tasks that I do in there, I sterilize and make beds, put biohazard bags together for the nurses to use on patients. Pick up pacemaker and chili boxes, and stock supplies and some other different tasks that they have me do.
What do you think about for second rotation?
Second rotation, I'm hoping either Morrison House or Tammy Walker Cancer Center.
All right. And what was one of the reasons why you moved to Salina?
One of the reasons I chose to move here to Salina, I got the opportunity to participate in the Project Search program at Salina Regional, and one of the reasons I chose to move is to, just learn a new environment and meet better people and, just have, more things to do. So
tell them what you've been doing for your transportation, what services you're getting from the community right now,
So
like OCCK.
right now, I use OCCK for door-to-door services when I have appointments and interviews and different things like that. But when I go to Project Search and do other things around town, I use the CityGo bus system. And it seems to work well so far.
I wish one of our other commissioners were here. She would be very happy to hear that. She runs that.
She would. So, do you have any questions for Aubrianda?
And how long will your time at Project Search be here in Salina?
I believe Project Search, I believe it's for a year.
One school year.
It's till May.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Started in August?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I know it seems like really far off, but have you thought about whether you're going to stay in Salina, or do you plan to go back to Hutch, or where else after that? Do you have plans like that yet?
Honestly, I don't plan on moving back to Hutch anytime soon.
Well, I was gonna ask if you liked it here in Salina better, but it sounds like maybe it's a good place to be.
It is, because Hush is kind of a really small community.
I agree.
There's not much to do there, so
Yeah.
Well, we're glad you're
Well, we
here.
are glad you're
Yeah.
here, yes.
Thank you.
Very glad you're here.
Thank you.
So, and okay, so my presentation, it's on PowerPoint, but what I neglected to do was give you the video. So I have our video. Are you guys open to seeing our
goodness.
Project Search video?
Oh boy.
If you have the jump drive, I can do that.
She takes her everywhere.
Figured that.
Because I didn't link it in our PowerPoint. It doesn't always work.
PowerPoint is sensitive on that. It is not just you.
Artist, how many interns do you have?
We have 11 interns currently, and this is our 13th year. We have had 112 who graduated from Project Search, and we have like 70% employment rate for all of those classes. So when we're comparing that to state programs across the state of Kansas, employment rate for people with disabilities is typically under 18% in most areas. And when you get into the rural areas, it's worse than that. So,
Well, and I'm sure I'm going to be impressed by the number, but how many of those Project Search graduates actually still work in the hospital? There's quite a few, isn't there?
Well,
what's that?
How many of the Project Search graduates still continue to work in the hospital?
I think right now we have,
I want to say at least 8.
yeah, I think we have 8.
8.
So we've had some movement around. But
Yeah,
I think we have
like
8.
recently we've had some movement around.
Yeah.
So, we're very proud of what the interns are doing, and so in I can't tell all the stories, but we have some awesome stories about our program and the success of some of our interns. I will tell one story while we're getting this kind of started up, but so Jessie is one of our interns that came through Project Search. We had a Disability Employment Initiative grant that was in partnership with the Kansas Chamber of Commerce. And we were able to put 15 adults that had already graduated through our program. And so typically our students are 18 to 21 and they're still in school, they have an IEP. And what's exciting is that Jessie came through our program as an adult, and she'd already been through some adult services. She'd worked in a custodial enclave, and she's been working at the hospital now because of Project Search for 6 years. And she is working full-time, full benefits, and she loves her job. So, and she does not read or write. She lets me tell people that. She doesn't read or write, but she can work. She's working full-time, full benefits. So it's pretty exciting. So we have our video that we're going to share. I'm going to have you go ahead. Sit down.
Project Search at Salina Regional Health Center is a business-based training program for young adults with developmental disabilities. They come to train with us for 1 school year with the goal of employment. Total immersion in the workplace allows for work skills to be taught in the business by the business staff. Project Search started at Cincinnati Children's Hospital in 1996. Ever since then, it has grown to over 500 locations across the U.S. and internationally. Applicants to Project Search are high school students with developmental disabilities from the ages of 18 to 21. They must have finished their high school credits, be in their last year of high school, and have the goal of competitive employment in mind following Project Search. Accepted adults with disabilities may choose to private pay their tuition into Project Search. For students and their families who are interested in learning more about Project Search, we invite you to contact us to arrange for a tour of our program. Tasks Project Search interns perform here at Salina Regional are valuable assets to their assigned departments. Some of the duties include, but are not limited to, stock supplies, fill and deliver orders, food preparation, housekeeping, and data entry. Project Search at Salina Regional Health Center started in 2011 and has grown to provide excellent training opportunities for young adults with developmental disabilities who are seeking competitive employment.
Hi, I'm Brenda Cox, Vice President of Human Resources for Salina Regional Health Center. Our Human Resources team is proud to be the business liaison for the Project Search program. This program is important to us in that it aligns with our diversity program and initiatives to build a strong, diverse, and inclusive work culture and environment. We believe this means including individuals with developmental disabilities across the spectrum. Every person, every human deserves to feel a sense of belonging, both intellectually and emotionally, in the workplace and amongst the general population, and that is what we hope for our Project Search participants. What we have learned and what we value most about the Project Search participants is that developmental disabilities are not a barrier. Instead, their disabilities create a greater awareness in all of us of the human spirit of resilience. Our Project Search participants show us the value of character, commitment, loyalty, and empathy. And they have the ability to learn new skills that add value to the work environment and to our organization. And they bring us joy and connection. Our goal is to focus on helping these individuals thrive to their fullest potential. Our leaders at Salina Regional Health Center have come to love these program participants. We encourage every business in Salina to consider the value inclusion adds to the workplace, and the Project Search program is an excellent way to accomplish that. To all our Project Search participants, we love you and we appreciate you.
Project Search at Salina Regional Health Center has a varied and wide partnership with USD 305 Salina Public Schools, Central Kansas Cooperative and Education, LifeShare, OCCK Incorporated, Workforce Solutions, Choices Network, and Kansas Rehabilitation Services to provide support for the interns as they move through Project Search and transition into adulthood. Funding for Project Search is provided by Central Kansas Cooperative and Education and USD 305 Salina Public Schools. For more information, please contact Project Search at Salina Regional Health Center, 400 South Santa Fe, Salina, Kansas, 67401. We can be reached at 785-452-6973 or at projectsearch@srhc.com. Our Facebook page is Project Search at Salina Regional Health Center. We invite you to drop by and leave us a like. The business liaison for Project Search is the Human Resources Department at Salina Regional Health Center. They can be reached at 785-452-7142 or at www.srhc.com. For additional information on Project Search Incorporated, please visit www.projectsearch.us.
Video production, developed by Hunter Clark.
And Austin Meyer.
Project Search Class of 2019. Slides designed by Hunter Clark.
And I'm Austin Meyer, and I'm the guy you heard talking throughout the majority of the video.
Pretty awesome young men. So both of those young men are employed. One of them works for school, USD 305. He's working at Opportunity Now. That's Austin Meyer. And then Hunter Clark is in environmental services at Salina Regional. So that's exciting to see that.
Yeah.
Okay, and were you able to get my PowerPoint, or you want me to show you? I probably made things on the flash drive.
Artists, when Project Search started, was it involving more businesses than just Salina Regional, or has it always been Salina Regional?
Well, when we started Project Search, like the mission of Project Search is for it to be a business-based internship program. So the goal is to be able to set up those internship sites, and they can get a variety of different work experiences while they're working at Salina Regional. So they do 3 internship rotations during the year with hopefully a goal of getting a wide variety of skills. And we also do some internships that are outside of the building, but most of them are located within Salina Regional. And so if we have an intern that has a need or an interest for a certain area and we can't provide it at Salina Regional, then we'll look for sources like through USC 305 or another location to be able to provide that kind of training for them.
Would you like other industries to be interested in this? Or
Yes.
Yes.
I didn't want
Yes.
to open up.
You got that, yes.
Okay, I just wondered, yeah.
So yes, I mean, it's always awesome to have some great opportunities. Like one of the things that we can't provide are like if somebody's really interested in auto mechanics or something that's manufacturing or industrial, we don't have those pieces in place at Salina Regional. So if we can, like their second and third rotation, we try to provide that. We also don't have child care center at Salina Regional. So, you know, working with another location as an internship site, we have some things kind of in the works, which I can't announce yet. So, but I want to make sure that, you know, we have a good variety of opportunities for them. Plus, when we're looking at externship sites, which means are placements that are outside of Salina Regional, we are looking at things that could be a potential employment site for them. You know, so if we're placing them, we want it to hopefully lead to employment. Okay, so if you could go ahead and go to the next slide. So 13 years, yay. We're very excited about that. You got to see our video. And this partnership is amazing. It's been very valuable to have all of these pieces in place. So like I said, our funding comes through USD 305. I tell people that we have dual citizenship, so we are employees of the school district, but we get to work at the hospital. And they have been very welcoming to us. And every year, you know, the buy-in between Salina Regional and the school district and CKCIE and the community has just been tremendous. So in hiring our interns and looking at our interns as potential employees. We also you know, have a lot of support through Workforce Solutions. So part of the program is we make sure our interns are enrolled with Kansas Rehabilitation Services, vocational rehabilitation, so that they can help fund job coaching for our interns when they go into paid employment. And then that paid employment support is provided through like Workforce Solutions with the employment specialist or other agencies. So, but primarily most of our interns are served through Workforce Solutions because they have the biggest catchment area for our interns. But we also work with LifeShare, which is a division of Sunflower Health Network and Centene. We also have worked with Kansas Council on Developmental Disabilities. They provided our startup grant. Next slide. So this is our team. So you met Tacita. We also have Darla Warford, and she's been with us. She's in her 9th year. Debbie Mendenhall, she's retired from the U.S. Post Office, and she just started with us. This is her first year with us. And then the lower right-hand corner is Teresa Glassburn, and she's been with us. She's in her 2nd year. So this is our interns for this year. So we have a great group, and they come from a variety of different locations. Our interns actually come from a lot of different places in central Kansas because our program truly does serve central Kansas. Our special ed co-op covers 12 different school districts in central Kansas, 60 miles east and west, 30 miles north and south. Plus, we also contract in with some other school districts that maybe can't afford to do Project Search, but they'll agree to send their interns and then pay tuition for them to come to Project Search. So there's our team of interns right now. And the furthest way that we have right now, we have a young man coming from Dorrance, Kansas, near Wilson. Wow, long way over there. So 112 graduates from Project Search, 71% employment rate, and that's over all of our 13 years that we've been here. So that includes the one that just graduated in May, so year 12. And so this is what kind of happens during the year. So this is just a very brief synopsis of what our interns contribute to the hospital, what kind of training they gain. Because a lot of times people look at the internships that they do at the hospital, they're doing real work. They're doing actual parts of people's jobs. Maybe not the total part of somebody's job, but they're doing actual work that needs to be done at the hospital. So they, as a group of this year and last year's group, they complete over 14,000 hours of training total, okay? 8 of our 9 interns from our class in May are employed. We did 14 extra service projects last year beyond what we were already doing in our work rotations. Each intern completes over 660 training hours in their 3 rotations during the school year. So that's cumulative. And then each intern completes training in at least 3 different departments. Sometimes interns get an opportunity to work in more than one department during an internship rotation. So that's pretty exciting numbers. So people don't realize that they're putting in that much work. So these are some of the departments that host our interns. So you'll see that we have a big list. And this has varied from year to year. This is who we currently have that are hosting our interns. But we have also worked in like the accounting department, we've worked in surgical services, we've worked in the human resources department, and we've also worked with USC 305 in their human resources department, in their operations center, and then also with Heartland. And we actually have an intern from last May who has been hired by Heartland. So we're excited that she is there. So this is a map of where our interns have come from over the last 13 years. And you'll see a couple stars clear up there by the Nebraska border. We've had 2 from Mankato area that have come to Project Search and 1 from Concordia. And we're very excited because North Central Kansas Medical Center has now started a Project Search site in Concordia. They're in their 2nd year. And so they'll be able to catch that North Central Kansas area also. So you see a lot of stars spread out there. So here's a couple of interns, a couple of our alumni I wanted to highlight. So these are our 2 longest working interns. We have a lot of them that have reached the 5-mile mark, and also some that have reached 10 years. But we have Lance Abrams, and he's working at Salina Regional. He's been there since 2012. And Jennifer Gormley's been at Salina South in food service since 2012 as well. So how to apply. So I handed out brochures before, and if you want more information, we have plenty of information we can give you. But how to apply. Well, if you know somebody that has a disability, has a child with a disability that's a senior, if they're in high school, I want them to find out about Project Search. So please spread the word because we want them to know that this is an option for them as a transition plan after they finish their high school credits. So they have to finish their credits all 4 years, and then they can apply to come to Project Search either as a 5th year, or they can apply sometime during the 18 to 21 year, okay, your age group. So, sorry. But how to apply. So we have an information night coming up. It is Thursday, November 9th, and it's at 6:30. We are hosting that at our Salina Medical Arts building where our classroom is now located. and they just need to contact us to find out where to go, and we can make sure that they get that information. Contact us. So our contact information is in the brochures. It's also at the end of this PowerPoint. And we can schedule a tour for someone. So if we have families that, it's never too early to plan transition. Transition needs to start when they're little. What's your plan for this child when they're growing up? Because we don't want to wait until they're seniors and go, oh my gosh, what's happening now? We want it to happen early on. And so at any time, we welcome families to come and schedule a tour. We're excited that last year we were able to start tours again. And so we want families to know that this is an option that's there for them. Applications for next year's class are due in December. And then we do an interview skills day that is at the end of January, and it's a little bit different than your normal interview process. We actually have some skills testing that we have them do, and just to kind of see where they're at. It doesn't rule them in or out, but we also have a chance for them to interview and then work with a number of our team members so that we can see if they're going to be a good fit for Project Search. So Project Search is actually an application program. I do also want to talk about another 18 to 21 program that we have here in Salina called Transitions, SEC, and they've been posting a lot of stuff on Facebook. If you haven't been following them, you need to follow them. But they have their in-house businesses. They produce they do screen printing items, and they also have their kitchen. They bake cookies, and they have Cookie a Month Club, and they do some catering. And they're also starting some car detailing, and they make advertising buttons. But that is a program that uses Project Life curriculum, and it leads into Project Search. So a few of those interns or students that they had in transitions last year are now coming to Project Search this year. So we're real excited about that. So how to help? So just refer people to us. Let them know about Project Search and give them a brochure. Give me a call. My email's on there. So let us know about them, and be sure and refer them to us. We get a lot of referrals from staff at the hospital, and we also have a lot of children of staff at the hospital who are coming through Project Search now. If you know someone that has an IEP, they need to be talking about Project Search at those IEP meetings. Is this an option for them? Talking about employment as a transition goal, because I don't think that parents really plan for their children to grow up, leave high school, and then sit on the couch. I don't think we plan for that. Right. But sometimes it happens, and sometimes it happens with people who don't have a disability. And so if we can have people who are engaged in their community, they have a purpose for their life, they have a place to go and a place to belong, that's important. Commit to hiring people with disabilities. If you have a business, make that commitment, because it is important to make sure that we're diversifying our workforce. Plus, this is an untapped resource. We have a lot of people with disabilities who are out there who are not employed. So like I said before, the employment rate across the state of Kansas is below 18% for people with disabilities. So we want to make that higher. So that is a group that you can really tap into as an employer. Refer members of the business community to partner with us. So, if we have other businesses that want to partner with us and say, hey, yeah, we could provide an internship, we're all about that. We like those experiences. We might not have an intern for that business every year, but we might have them occasionally, and that would be really great if they had an extra opportunity. So here's our contact information on the slides for those of you that see this on video. We are now located at Salina Medical Arts Building, which is the ComCare building that's south of the hospital, but all of our internships pretty much are in the hospital building itself on the main campus and at Tammy Walker Cancer Center. A couple sites that we're real excited about expanding to in the last couple years. Last year we added outpatient physical therapy, which is in the SMAP building, and then we also added Tammy Walker Cancer Center to our internship sites. And we're so excited to be able to partner with them, to provide meals to people with that are having cancer treatment, because they can't leave. Once they're there, they can't leave. And it gives them an opportunity to have a meal, and one that they can take home if they don't feel like eating it then. So that's been a very powerful thing for our interns to be a part of. So that's the end of our presentation, and I could talk about this for a really long time and probably longer than you guys expected, but and I haven't even really gotten to talk about all the awesome stories, and success stories that we've had for our interns, but most certainly I think that Aubrianda and Tacita are great examples of success stories that we've had come through our program, because both of these young women live independently,
She got called a young man.
These young women live I can't talk, okay?
It's
both
okay.
Both of these young women live independently, and they're using the accessibility services that are provided here in the city. And are there some places that we need some more sidewalks? Yes, most definitely.
Yes.
And some buttons maybe that don't work very well, and maybe elevators that need to stay open a little bit longer, like here. But we really appreciate the opportunity to come and share about Project Search and spread the word a little bit more, because we want to make sure that people know that this opportunity is out there for our young adults. So thank you so much for allowing us to come and share.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming.
So, do you have any questions?
Does anybody have any questions?
Very thorough.
I don't think so. Okay, preliminary discussion items, there are none. Unfinished or other business, do you want to do the reminder of the fair housing, or I can just?
Either way, you can do it, or I can remind everyone. The Fair Housing Seminar,
yeah.
for those of you who are new, it's a one-day event. We do the last Friday in April from the HRC, but we have a booth for the AAB there, is why we try and remind everyone. And everyone who's on the board is welcome to attend and help with that booth, but we will have it set up, and we're kind of busy with other things, so if you're there to staff it, it'll be great. But if no one's there, at least the materials will be there and the booth will be set up.
Okay, public forum? I
Do
don't
we
think-
have anyone besides the Commissioner Nelson online, Marissa?
Doesn't look like it.
So, and we had our guest speak. I don't know, we don't have any other participants right now.
Okay, well,
So, we did add on there before the adjournment, we try to add the next meeting dates, just to remind everyone where this is a quarterly meeting. This way, I like to get things in my calendar. So you'll have the rest of these for the year. So you have the full list for this year. We don't keep adding 2025s on there, but the 2024 dates, we try and keep them on there and take it off. So just a reminder of upcoming meetings for the year.
okay, yeah, they're listed right there. February, May, August, November. And then, so do we need to adjourn and then we'll do the study session?
Yeah, so
correct?
if, after adjournment, the study session is not taped, it's not live, so our commissioner online will try and get with her and some of the others. This training we do every year. It's updated sometimes, but this is training all of our boards. You'll learn that we have 7 boards and commissions in our department, and all of our boards get this training.
Okay,
I move we adjourn this meeting.
I second it.
okay, all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed, same sign?
Okay, thank you.
Okay, meeting's adjourned.